Hello, I'm Andrew Norman of AC Norman & Co. Concertinas. We make and repair all types, all systems of concertina, and we also keep a stock of fully restored concertinas. Have a look at our website, AC Norman & Co. In this short video, I'm going to show you some of our stock of wooden-ended 30-button Anglo concertinas and a couple of metal-ended Nationals. They're all on our website with details and prices. We try to keep a number like this in stock, but if what you're seeing is no longer available, we may well have something similar waiting for restoration. The National & Co 30-button range started with a mahogany-ended brass-reeded instrument. They also made steel-reeded mahogany-ended instruments. From there we have the simple fret pattern, rosewood-ended or veneered-ended models, up to the fancy-ended rosewood veneered, or the earlier ones had solid rosewood. They all have steel reeds. We're also showing an unnamed 30-key wooden-ended. There are a number around of the same maker, and sometimes, like National, they will have a dealer's label but no maker's name. Finally, for comparison, we have one of our own wooden-ended models. This is the Jubilee model. This is the prototype we made in the year 2000. This is the rosewood veneered simple fretted model. This is A30 L3 in our stock list. It has new 6-fold bellows, steel reeds, and is in modern concert pitch, as all of them are. This is another similar model, a simple fretted, rosewood veneered, 30-key, steel reeded in concert pitch. Again, it has new 6-fold bellows. This is A30 L7 in our stock list, and very similar to the other one, although it has been refinished, completely re-French polished. Pretty much as new. This is the fancy rosewood ended models. They have a slightly different sound, particularly popular for Irish traditional music. This model is stock list A30 L8. This is our final traditional instrument we're showing you. This is the unknown maker, hence the name A30 U1. And new bellows, 6-fold bellows with the same sort of papers the original maker used. Steel reeds. This one, like all the others, has had a lot of work done to it, and most of these are probably playing better than they would have done at the time they were manufactured. And finally, for the sake of comparison, we're showing one of our concertinas. This is the wooden-ended Jubilee model, a similar price to most of these. This was made as our Jubilee model prototype in the year 2000, and it has Italian accordion type reeds. So just for sound comparison, same tune, but this time this is a GD. And here we have the metal-ended models. These are both 32-key National Anglos. Steel reeds as before, tuned to concert pitch, and all of these instruments except the wooden ended Jubilee that I showed you a moment ago, all of these are in CG. And for comparison's sake, we have our own metal ended Anglo. Here is the 36 key prototype in CG again, made in 2001. This is the 32 key A32L5 is the stock number. Nickel plated ends, bone buttons. They all have bone buttons apart from our own metal button models. With the metal ended models, pretty much the same as the wooden ended models mechanically, just you get that slightly brighter sound from having the metal ends. This is also a 32 key National Anglo, in this case stock number A32L6. 32 key, as before. The extra buttons in fact have reeds. Sometimes they have whistles and squeaks, but both of these have reeds, which is quite useful having the extra C sharp. And finally, for comparison's sake, we have our own metal ended model. This is a 36 key, it's in fact a prototype that we made in the year 2000, but in all other respects it's exactly the same as our standard model. All of these instruments have just been recorded at the same level, so hopefully you can spot that any difference in tone or sound, particularly between the metal and the wooden ended instruments. The price of these instruments tends to be reflected on the materials used traditionally, so metal ends were much more expensive, everything was hand cut. The next most expensive were the fancy rosewood ended instruments. And then the next models down, which we showed you, the wooden ended, simple fretted ended instruments, they usually had 5-fold bellows. Now both of these instruments we have currently for sale are shown with new 6-fold bellows, and we're quite happy to quote for any repairs if you need new bellows. And if you have an instrument you'd like repaired, or if you're thinking there's something that we haven't shown you that isn't on the website, it's also worthwhile getting in touch, because we do have a large stock of instruments waiting for restoration. So please do get in touch. Website address coming up in a second, and look forward to hearing from you.